Kashmir is not a part of India. The story begins in 1947. Restrictions on freedom of expression in Kashmir, Article 370 and 35A, revoked by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Maharaja Hari Singh decided to accede to India. Kashmir, a region nestled between India and Pakistan, has been a focal point of geopolitical tension for decades. The situation in Kashmir is complex with historical, political, and cultural dimensions in the region. But what is the reality on the ground? Let's unpack the layers. The story begins in 1947. During the partition of British India, the princely state of Jammu Kashmir faced a pivotal choice to accede to either India or Pakistan. This choice was given by the last Viceroy of British India, Mr. Lord Mountbatten. At that time, Maharaja Hari Singh, the ruler of princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. In October 1947, Maharaja Hari Singh faced a challenging decision due to its religious and ethnic composition of his state. While majority of population was Muslim, the Maharaja was Hindu. Maharaja Hari Singh decided to accede to India on October 26, 1947. This decision was formalized through the signing of the Instrument of Accession, which allowed Indian troops to enter the region and repel tribal militias and Pakistani forces. The conflict that followed the accession led to the establishment of a de facto border known as Line of Control (LOC). The war concluded with the intervention of the United Nations, resulting in a ceasefire in January 1949. The Line of Control divided the region into two parts: Indian administered Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistani administered Azad Jammu and Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. But the story takes a significant turn in August 2019 when the Indian government led by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi revoked Article 370 and 35A in Kashmir. In Article 370 of the Indian Constitution granted Jammu and Kashmir special autonomy, allowing the state to have its own constitution and flag. Article 35A empowered the state's legislature to define permanent residents and provide them with special rights and privileges. This move sparked debates on constitutionality and the aspiration of the Kashmiri people. The Kashmir conflict is not just a territorial dispute. It involves human lives and their stories. Reports of human rights abuses, restrictions on freedom of expression, and the impact of prolonged conflict have raised international concerns. The region has experienced a significant military presence, including limitations on movement, communication blackouts, internet shutdown, and restrictions on mobile services. The use of pellet guns by security forces during protest has been a source of controversy. Critics argue that these can cause severe injuries, including blindness, and raise questions about proportionate use of force. The Indian government decision to abrogate Article 370 and 35A in August 2019, which granted special autonomy to Jammu and Kashmir, has been a point of contention. Critics argue that the move was unilateral and without the consent of the people of Kashmir. The issue of Kashmir has been a long-standing source of dispute between India and Pakistan. The question of which country has rights to Kashmir is a complex with differing perspectives. Firstly, the Indian perspective. India claims that the entire region of Jammu and Kashmir as an integral part of its territory. This claim is based on Instrument of Accession signed by the Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir in 1947, choosing to accede to India. India maintains that the accession was legitimate and that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of Indian Union. The abrogation of Article 370 in 2019 was a move to fully integrate the region into the Union of India, according to the Indian government. Pakistan contends that the majority Muslim population in the Kashmir Valley should have had right to determine the political future through a plebiscite, as called for by the United Nations resolution. The United Nations passed resolutions in the early years after the partition of British India, calling for a plebiscite to allow the people of Jammu and Kashmir to determine their future political status. However, the resolutions have been implemented and the situation remains unresolved. Today, Kashmir remains a region with a significant military presence and a periodic incidents of violence. Local elections have taken place, signaling political developments, but the journey to stability is ongoing. It's essential to remember that this complex issue involves historical narratives, political decisions, and the aspirations of the people living in the region. Lord Mountbatten's decision and the manner in which the partition was implemented have been subjects to the historical scrutiny and debate. Stay informed, engage in constructive dialogue, and most importantly, let's hope for the peaceful future for the people of Kashmir.